Hello everyone. Welcome back to another installment of Let's Play Dragon Age Origins. Last we left off, obviously I was not, at this point, I was in the middle of a very long cutscene. And here I was hoping to switch over smoothly, but of course as I started recording the next part of the Guardian's questions, there was a power outage. And I lost everything. Well, almost everything. Anyway, so as fun as that was, let's start this conversation again, because I did actually forget to ask him some questions before.
I bid you welcome, Pilgrim.
Who are you?
I am the Guardian, the protector of the Urn of Sacred Ashes.
You?
I have waited years for this.
Why have you been here for so long?
It has been my duty, my life, to protect the Urn and prepare the way for the faithful, come to revere Andraste. For years beyond counting have I been here, and shall I remain until my task is done and the Imperium has crumbled into the sea.
Will your task ever be done? Or the Imperium is no longer as powerful as it once was?
Ah, is it not? Then perhaps this is the beginning of the end.
And I missed these questions before, so I may as well get the chance to answer them now, huh? Who are the men who have taken over the rest of the temple?
When my brethren and I carried Andraste from Tevinter to this sanctuary, we vowed to forever revere her memory and guard her. I have watched generations of my brethren take up the mantle of their fathers. For centuries they did this, unwavering, joyful in their appointed task. But now they have lost their way. They have forgotten Andraste and their promise.
And this conversation loops quite a few times. In a sense, they haven't forgotten her.
They have forgotten that Andraste was just a messenger. They speak no more of the Maker, only of their false Andraste, and even greater sin.
Why have they fallen for this ridiculous lie?
It began with an ancestor of the one known as Colgrim. He saw himself as a new prophet, preaching the rebirth. Some disagreed with him. I heard their cries of pain and loss, which were quickly silenced.
Oh dear. Tell me more about the disciples.
When my brethren and I
this is a
carried
repeat.
Andraste from Tevinter to this sanctuary, we vowed to forever revere
So the
her
dragon
memory
is not Andraste
and
then?
guard her. No, our Andraste has gone to the Maker's side. She will not return. The dragon is a fearsome creature, and they must have seen her as an alternative to the absent Maker and his silent Andraste. A true believer would not require audacious displays of power.
What can you tell me about the Urn of Sacred Ashes?
You already know that the urn contains the remains of the prophet Andraste. What else is there to tell?
Let's not waste time. How do I get to the urn?
You have come to honor Andraste, and you shall, if you prove yourself worthy.
I need the ashes to cure a noble man.
Still, you must prove yourself worthy. It is not my place to decide your worthiness. The Gauntlet does that.
Alright, and since we've already entered this territory before...
You will see the urn and be allowed to take a... The Gauntlet tells the true pilgrims from the... You will understand what it is when you face it.
Very well. I will enter the Gauntlet.
Before you go, there is suffering. You abandoned your father and mother, leaving them in the hands of Rendon Howe, knowing he would show no mercy. Do you think you failed your parents?
And I think I'm going to take a slightly different route this time, because they give... well... No, I had to survive, to tell Fergus that we were betrayed. I may as well repeat myself.
Then you do not dwell on past mistakes. Neither yours, nor someone else's.
And the input from your companions
It's easy
is
for others
invaluable.
to judge what you've done in hindsight, but it doesn't make it any better.
It is sometimes difficult to see how our actions affect an outcome. But that does not mean our actions had no effect.
What's past is past. Why bring it up and open old wounds?
You would say
And
that,
what
wouldn't
of
you?
those that follow you? Alistair, Knight, and Warden. You wonder if things would have been different if you were with Duncan on the battlefield.
Ooh.
You could have shielded him from the killing blow. You wonder, don't you, if you should have died and not him?
Yes. If Duncan had been saved and not me, everything would be better.
No.
If I just had the chance, maybe I...
Ask your question, Guardian. I am ready.
Don't be rude,
You are
Wynne.
ever the advisor.
Don't interrupt
ready
him.
with a word of... Perhaps...
You frame the state. There is
We've
no...
already heard your response.
And you... Why do you say the Maker speaks to you, when all know that the Maker has left? He spoke only to Andraste. Do you believe yourself her equal?
I never said that.
In Orlais you were someone. In Lothering, you feared you would lose yourself, become a drab sister, and disappear. When your brothers and sisters of the cloister criticized you for what you professed, you were hurt, but you also reveled in it. It made you special. You enjoyed the attention, even if it was negative.
You're saying that I made it up for the attention? I did not. I know what I believe.
The way is open. Good luck, and may you find what you seek.
And a test of faith. Ah. And I find it interesting that he calls Liliana on that. There have been hints that what he's talking about is true, but I think there's always a grain of truth to the fact that Liliana genuinely does believe in what happened to her, but may have been a case of her convincing herself later on. And we enter this chamber, which is loads of fun. And this was right around where the power outage happened last time. Oh, gosh. Ilise?
The smallest lark could carry it, and a strong man might not. Of what do I speak?
A tune.
Yes, I was Andraste's dearest friend in childhood, and always we would sing. She celebrated the beauty of life, and all who heard her would be filled with joy. They say the Maker himself was moved by Andraste's song, and then she sang no more of simple things.
And on that depressing note, I'm out of time for this installment of Let's Play Dragon Age Origins. Hope to see you next time where I continue through the Gauntlet. Hope to see you then.